Now, ladies and gentlemen, this is our interview section. I have a very special guest sitting next to me, Denese Sims. I've known her for quite a while. Known her mom too, probably even longer, and done lots of work with them. And I can't tell you how happy I am with them. DNL Creations, embroidery, engraving, so on and so forth. And the first thing I want to do is say, welcome, Denese. Welcome to the show. How are you?
I am doing wonderful.
Now, tell me, you got to tell me, you are a dedicated trooper. She's
Yes.
coming from Temple, right?
Uh-huh.
She's driving from Temple in this weather. I didn't have a way to get a hold of her to say, just stay home. And she's a dedicated trooper and came out anyway. How are the roads out there?
Very, very wet.
Is it like flooding over, or is it just a heavy rain?
It was flooding by the time I got here.
Really? Whereabouts?
Yes. Probably about 10 miles that way.
Okay, so if you're driving, coming towards Cameron or going out towards Rogers, be careful. Now, Denese, I got you on here because you've got DNL Creations, which does embroidery and engraving, and I've been doing business a long time ago. Unique Creations. DNL Unique. They're unique. They're not just creations. They are unique creations, okay? And I've been dealing with your mom a long time ago.
Yes.
And then I got to meet you some time ago, and you've done nothing but great, fantastic things for me. So let's start off this way, and let's tell people a little bit about who you are, what you do, how you got involved with the business, how long you've been there, so on and so forth. So go ahead and just make sure you speak in that mic, and we'll be good to go.
Okay. Well, thank you for having me on. I really appreciate that. My mom is the one that got started in the business first. She worked at All Sports Trophy since 2000. She was the embroidery person that was there at All Sports Trophy. It started it up there and had continued to work there until they decided that they were going to sell that building.
I see that. Yeah.
So, and how I kind of got into the work that I do is actually through that company. So there was an opportunity to go to work there, and a few years back. So I wasn't working at the time, and I was able to go in and just kind of pick up and
I remember walking in the
learn.
first time saying, who's this? New person.
Yeah.
Where's Jean at? Where's Jean?
Yeah.
oh, I didn't know she was your mother. Okay.
Yeah, it was a change of personnel, and so I kind of went in. My background is not in lasering or trophies or any of that kind of stuff. The embroidery I've always left to my mom, but we've always been crafty people. So we've always kind of made things and done things on our own. Just growing up, that's how I was raised.
And it's very evident if you go to your new location. I don't want to steal your thunder, but your new location, let's give everybody an address on that.
Yes.
If you go in there, you just see all sorts of creations coming out of her brain into reality and products. So where's that at?
Well, our new location, which we just moved in June 1st, is 2219 South 57th Street in Temple, Texas. We're right on the corner of Scott Boulevard and 57th.
And that used to be the old 7-Eleven.
The old 7-Eleven. Anybody from the 80s knew where the drag was. That's where I'm at.
That's right. So it's right across from the new 7-Eleven, and it's right next door to Valet Cleaners.
That's correct.
You can't miss it. It's got the pretty pink in the window. And
You can't miss it.
okay. All right. So you got there, and you moved from All Sport on Avenue M, and then you went to another place.
Yeah, when she decided that she was going to sell out there, then I had the opportunity to go ahead and open up our own business. So what I did is I actually started out small. And so a friend of mine, Larry Beck, and myself, we decided that we were going to just kind of open up a little small location. And we were out on Hogan Road in 317 in Belton, and that's where we started. And it was a rough go.
I'll tell you what, I know that location, and that is a rough go.
It was a horrible location.
Terrible location. People can't see it. They got to be going there to get there.
Yes.
And then you held on, and now you're at this location, and my gosh, I can't tell you that's a fantastic location.
It has been such a blessing. It was a challenge. We knew we were going to need to expand. I had one CO2 laser when we first started, and then we were in the process of trying to purchase a second one, so we needed more room. And we kept looking around and couldn't find anything that was reasonable price except for in Salado. And we looked down there, and it just, something kept telling me not to move there. And actually it was my mom, because she just lives right around the corner from this our new location, and she was wanting us to look at this building, and I thought, well, I'll go ahead and give a call. And I called on Monday, and you talk about God opening up doors. It really was a true blessing because I had a key in hand by Wednesday.
That's fantastic.
And we went from 300 square feet to 2,000 square feet.
And
so
you're filling every bit of it. Now,
we're trying.
I'll tell you what, Denise, give me a basic overview real quick because I want to get into details of what you're about to say. But give me an overview and let the people know exactly what it is that you do.
Okay, we basically can do everything that a trophy shop does, but we took it a different spin. So we wanted to make it unique. Because there is so much that you can do with lasering and that kind of stuff. So our main two things that we do, of course, is laser engraving and embroidery. And the cool thing about those two things is that they can just explode into so many different things. Just like the embroidery, we encourage people that they can bring in their own items. You don't have to buy from us. You can bring in one piece at a time. We do custom orders, even when it's last minute and they need a hat. I'm not going to mention any names, but the video will show who I'm pointing at.
And I'm wearing that hat right here.
So with the embroidery, now engraving, we can do a lot of different substrates or a lot of different products with engraving.
Let me hold you there for a second. Guys and gals, you're probably saying, well, what is Denese doing, an embroidery shop doing on my show? There's a very good reason for it. A lot of people have seen. I have a very good friend of mine who he's a master engraver, Sean McVicker. If we got a call coming, give me a second on the caller. Sean McVicker, master engraver. He's the kind of guy that chisels it out, you know? And so it's no comparison in the method of work, but you do engraving and you can engrave guns and knives and all that kind of stuff. And a lot of people like maybe serial numbers or special logos or brands. It may not be the master engraver with the hammer and chisel or whatever tools that they use. You're doing the electronics. So it has a lot to do with it. And then also the embroidery, we give out shirts and hats for when people win and things like that. So it all comes into play. And above and beyond that, she has so many different things for so many different topics for so many different people. So that's why she's on, and she's got some great information. And I'll tell you what, before we slip, tell me how they can get a hold of you, phone numbers, websites, emails, whatever.
Okay. Well, right now I'm in the process of redoing our website, but you can reach out to us, of course, at our location at 2219 South 57th Street in Temple. You can give us a call at 254-421-7451. And we are open Monday through Friday right now, 9 to 6. And then we are on Facebook right now is about where you can go out and kind of see our products that we do make. I try to post as many things out there because it's such a diverse product line, and so that's what we're working on, just trying to get all that together.
Tell you what, Denese, we got a call coming. Let's see what they got to say, and we'll get right back to this here. Okay, tell me when we're good. Caller, how you doing? Good morning. You there? Caller, you there?
Hello, can you hear me?
I hear you now. Go ahead. Who are we speaking to?
Hey, brother, this is Mark, and I just wanted to say that you've got the best sponsors ever, especially Centex, tactical gear. I get all my stuff from those guys before I go on a job, like to Africa or Afghanistan, and they are so better priced than all the clowns out there in Killeen, Fort Hood area. But you've got all kinds of great sponsors going on, and I go to every one of them and make a purchase, and I support them. And I look forward to supporting this young lady. She's got a great thing going on, and especially with school coming up and special events, I think she's going to be great.
That's great. Yeah, she does awesome work. We really appreciate that call, and I appreciate you supporting the sponsors because it's a circle of life here. I don't stay on the air unless I get sponsors, and they don't keep sponsoring me unless they get business, obviously. I mean, that's just the way it works. So support the sponsors and support the show. And was that all you had?
Keep up the great work.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate your call.
Thank you.
All right, Denese, you hear that? That's pretty good.
That was very nice.
Yes. Okay, let's. You gave us an overview of what you did here, but now you made a comment about CO2 laser, and I heard about fiber lasers. Let's tell everybody what's going on there.
Okay, a lot of times people come in and they don't really understand what laser engraving is. And actually, I brought Matt a gift. And a lot of times,
man, that's awesome.
What people look at as laser engraving is on the Yeti cups and the Arctic cups, the stainless steel tumblers, and what we do is engrave on those.
That is so cool, man.
So,
what's the brand of this cup?
That's actually the new Arctic that comes out. This is the line that I usually carry here in our shop, is the Arctic brand. So when people think of laser engraving, this is the what they look at is the black laser engraving, but it also can laser engrave through the powder coated and stuff like that.
I hate to waste time, and if I'm having a mixed strength and then I'm done with it, I have to make another.
Yeah.
This one here, I think I can stop the process 2 or 3 times.
That's a 30 ounce, so you'll be
gosh.
good. So
that's great. You'll be seeing this cup here on my YouTube channel probably on Tuesday, maybe Monday, probably Tuesday. And check it out. You get to see Denese pretty face right here. She's doing all sorts of good stuff. And look, you see the logo, the backdrop, it matches my cup. Awesome. All right, go ahead.
So a CO2 laser is basically almost like a surface engrave. So it is a permanent engrave, but it actually is kind of like an oxidation process. So it is a surface engrave. Now a fiber laser, it actually is a different type of fiber, because what it actually does is it actually can engrave into the product. And so this is the laser that we use when we're engraving our weapons and our knives. We've even engraved jewelry. We engraved shell casings for gifts and stuff like that.
Let me see if I can give an idea of the depth of it. I don't know.
And it has a feel to it. You can actually feel the grooves and all of that. So it actually goes into the blade itself. So
you can actually feel the texture difference as compared to the cup she gave me, and it had the laser engraving. This is the fiber engraving.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
How deep can you go?
It's something, and just to be honest, it actually is a new toy of ours. So we're still trying to play around with that. So what we've been doing right now is we've been doing trust engravings with it. And so I know that.
What does that mean? Trust engraving?
The trust stamps engraving on like the lowers and stuff like that.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
On weapons and stuff, and then really other than that, but it actually can go pretty thick or pretty deep depending on the material that we're engraving on. And on some metals it'll actually cut it. It's that powerful. And so it is something that we've been, playing with and so we haven't really been promoting that one a whole lot. We've been using it more for...
Would this shell casing that you have here be another example of fiber engraving?
Yes, that's going to be another fiber engrave.
Now, I want to make a comment on this because I think you and I discussed this before. People can bring in their own things if they want.
Right.
So let's say somebody buys the spent casing for their cap of their hat. You ever seen those?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you could put your own little logo. You could put your own comment on it.
Right.
Or if you got rings, I'm assuming you could do rings.
Well, we're going to move in that direction. Larry Beck is the one that runs the fiber laser. Right now, he's the one that does a lot of that. We're still learning. We do have rotaries and stuff like that we'll be adding to it. And so he is the one that we've been kind of really playing around with and doing that, all of that fun stuff. But it really can be like to commemorate, like your first shot. We have, family members and friends that, always keep their shell casings and stuff. And you're putting them in a bucket. You don't know where they came from.
This shell or this cartridge took down this 12 point.
Right. Or, for kids, it could be their first buck kill or something like that.
That's a great idea. I didn't
And
think
so
about that.
it really turns it into a memento instead of just a shell casing that's laying there that in a year you're going to not remember the details of it. And so that's kind of what we're trying to go with it is just, and then also with the knife engraving, what we try to do is we try to elevate the basic gift. So if I purchased a knife and I was going to give that to you, you would be, oh great, it's great, it's a knife. But if I actually took the time and either put your name on it, your logo, if I would have just gave you this cup, it would have just sat over there and it would have been your cup.
I still would have used it.
Well, anyway, but you're really excited now because it has your logo on it.
Extremely excited. That's awesome.
And so that's what the cool thing is that we try to do is we try to elevate and make that gift really unique for that person. And so you don't, it's that person that has everything. They don't have this though, do they? Right. And so, and then, businesses uses it for advertisement. We do commercial accounts.
What if somebody is not creative? They're creative to the point they want to give something different, but they don't have the creativity to know what to do. How much time are you want to spend with them? Is there a charge for designing and setup? How does that work?
Well, and what we try to do is we try to help every customer as an individual. Because we want a one-on-one relationship. We don't want just the regular Walmart walk in, walk out.
She's not blowing smoke either, everybody, because I see her all the time doing this. And
it's about building a relationship in our community, and supporting our local businesses, and everybody that walks in our door is a blessing. And so I want to treat them as such. So when they come in and they say, well, for instance, I had a gentleman come in yesterday. He's wanting a certain design, and he's like, you know what, just surprise me. And I love those kind of customers sometimes, because I already kind of have an idea of what he's looking for. But yet he wants me to just kind of be creative with it. And so depending on what you're wanting, if there is a certain, I tell people Google's the limit, because people come in and go, what can I engrave on a cup? And I'll say, if you're wanting a butterfly, Google an image, clip art, that kind of stuff, and just kind of show me what you're looking for.
That opens the door wide open.
And it does. And yes, it takes a little bit more time. It does. But that person's going to remember that it wasn't just a cookie cut, this is what you get on the wall, pick, choose from. You can be unique and creative.
I know what you did for me, too. I remember I had keychains I was giving out to some people as gifts, and you spliced and diced a couple different logos with the radio station and the times on it. And then also I had coins that I was giving out for yearly memberships. You worked on these wooden coins. So you can do anything from koozies, right?
Yes, we can, and like the engraving, our CO2 laser engraves the wood, which was kind of like your keychain. So we do cutting boards. We do, we've actually done wooden planks and stuff on the ice chests, those people that make those Western looking ice chests, those wooden planks.
Yes,
So you can do those, and we can do glass. So we do wine glasses, we do beer mugs, we do all of the, anything that has to do with glass, crystal, acrylics. So that's the reason why it's just so diverse of what we can engrave on. So it just kind of opens up so many different markets on what we can do.
What do you think is one of your hottest items when people walk in and they go, oh man, I didn't even think of that to be a great gift? What do you think some of your hot items?
And I think what it is it's just knowing that they can personalize it, but really still, even after a couple of years now, my cups are still it's still the going thing. It's terrible.
When I go to eat food, if it's not presented to me in a proper manner, I'm not going to eat it. It just doesn't look right. It's not appealing to me. So when somebody comes in to your shop and they go, I never thought of that. I see you laid the food out on the table, the product on the table, and you've got a design with that creativity that you have. And I'm going back to this koozie because one of those koozies stuck out so bright because of the color, the way the logo you had on it, the way you had the ribbons intertwining with it.
Yes.
I would never have thought of doing that. That'd be a great gift for somebody.
And what you're actually speaking of is what we call our corset koozies. And if anybody that knows me, I'm a koozie person. I've probably got 10 of them in the car, 5 of them in my purse. And so koozies are a really big thing for me. And with us opening up the shop, I really wanted something unique that was different from anybody else out on the market. So what I actually did is I created that koozie. It's actually ours, our design, and it's a lace-up, girly-looking koozie, and it's really cute.
You know what kind of koozie I got?
What do you got?
I got a tactical vest koozie.
I bet. And so it actually has the whole full ribbon, and those can be personalized per person, that kind of stuff. And actually, I did forget to bring that along with me to show to your YouTube video. And so, but they are really cute.
They'll go in person and see it. Now, if you look in the video, they got the hat. I remember Gene helped me design this a long time ago. This is the older version, and then we found that one hat recently. I can't even remember what it's called, but what's the diamond?
It's like a diamond plate.
Diamond plate
on the
black
bill.
Cap. Everybody loves that one. But what's special about that, if anybody comes in without my authorization to get one of these hats, they cannot get it. You have to be a shoot-off competition winner to be able to wear one of these hats. But we do have other hats that are available too. So, okay, what can't be engraved?
A lot of things that can't be engraved. And really, it's just going to depend. Some plastics are not engravable just because really when you think of engraving, there has to be a contrast. So like when you burn wood, the reason why that you can engrave wood is because when it's actually going to leave a mark.
Right.
And so like on the stainless steel cups, we actually have to prep those because the CO2 laser will not engrave those just in full. Now the fiber laser will. but it doesn't leave the clean, crisp lines that you see here in such a large area. So we always use the CO2 laser for that. Now, and really, but there's a lot of things. Anything that's you know, oxidized. I mean, you can do a lot of different things. And then, I mean, we've done, Larry, you can go out to our Facebook page, and we've engraved sandwiches. I mean, hot dogs.
How the heck do you do that?
Because it really is it's just burning them. You know, I mean, it's really funny. We've engraved chocolate.
Can you cook them at the same time while you're engraving?
Well, if you left it in there long enough.
Okay.
But we've even engraved chocolate. You know, so it's pretty neat.
How long does it usually take for an order to get done?
We're at 5 to 7 business days right now for both sides, engraving and our embroidery. Now, as we get closer to Christmas, October, November, December, those times do go to 2 weeks.
I was just going to ask you that because I know in the past you get special orders of mass amounts of trophies for golf competitions and things like that. Is there any specific time frames that people should be aware of besides what you just said?
No, other than just really the Christmas season, because we do a lot of custom orders in that time frame. And so, I mean, and we also do the awards and trophies and plaques. And then another thing that's really cool about the medals is because we can put logos on the actual, just your basic medals that you used to get before. So you can actually put school logos on there. You can put their, you know, mascots on there, and so it actually turns it into a step up from what they used to be. And so that's something we try to do to make them unique. So
now, people may think that embroidery is expensive, and I'm sure it can be depending on the designs. But on a typical hat, let me clarify the question. If somebody has multi-colors, but it's a small, basic design, like you're looking at my hat here, it's got a few different colors in it, blue, red, white. And somebody else has something of the same amount of colors, but maybe it's a more intricate design. How is the price charged? Based on number of stitches?
No, and that's just a complicated way to do it. What we try to do is we just kind of break it down, and so we call it a chest logo. So like on my shirt,
yeah, that looks good. Yeah.
On my shirt is called a chest logo. It's a fairly good size one. So this one would range probably about $10. If you wanted to add like just your name on the other side, you're only looking at $6.
And that's if you bring the shirt in.
And that's if you bring the shirt in.
That's awesome. You get to select the shirt you want. She's got a great selection there as well. But I mean, if you just have one special shirt and you need it done, she can do a great thing for you. I don't want to screw up here because we're getting real short on time. Denise, tell everybody once again, Facebook page, numbers to get in contact with you, address, so on and so forth.
Okay, our address is 2219 South 57th Street, and that's in Temple, right on the corner of Scott Boulevard and 57th. Our telephone number that you can reach us at Monday through Friday, 9 to 6, is 254-421-7451. And then you can also just reach out right now on Facebook at DNL Unique Creations. We're out there, and you can see a lot of our work and samples. And so
she's got a great shop. She's a great lady. Mom's awesome too. They do great work. Go check her out. Support her. You won't be disappointed. Joel, I got about a minute. Okay, with that minute, I want to say thank you very much for coming on the show. And
thank you, Matt.
The good Lord is saying we're taking a break, so when you go home, you're not going to be in rain, I hope. I can't thank you enough for coming out. Check her out. Now, ladies and gentlemen, next week, we're going to have another great show for you, but until that time, I'm going to tell you to keep your powder dry. Check out the website at aaronsgunshop.com. Like us on Facebook. Subscribe to YouTube at Aaron's Gun Shop. September 9th is the License to Carry class. Don't forget, second Fridays of the month is the competitions. Third Friday of the month is Ladies' Night. And until next week, God bless. Keep powder dry.
Look at my face.
You did awesome.
I am like,
you did awesome.
Red.
This is so nice, man. I did not even expect that.
Well, you know I had your logo, so...
But I didn't expect that.
I know.
I didn't expect anything.
I know.
You're such a fool shark. She says I'm worried I'm going to screw up. You were talking like it was nobody's business. That's great.